Candace. I am hiding out in my camper to try and get this video done with as little interruption as possible because it's summer vacation and there is 0 places in my home that I can go without my kids finding me. So, don't mind, you know, the camper profile back here. I just wanted to chat with you really quickly and share a little bit about what I do and why I do it. I know with what I share on social media, some people don't really understand what it is that I do, and sometimes a simple explanation can reveal a lot. I work every single day to help women in their health and their fitness. I help them to find a home health and workout program that best meets their needs and their personality and their interests. And I help them to clean up their nutrition and learn habits that will help them to change their nutrition and their health for the long term. So we don't do crash diets. We don't do, you know, starvation diets. This is good, whole, clean food. We focus a lot on education, teaching women how to understand how food fuels our bodies and how to balance the different types of foods that we enjoy. So it's a very long-term view with what I do. I don't want to just help someone lose weight. That is obviously a really big deal, especially for some people. Weight loss is crucial for their health, but it's not the whole picture. My goal when I work with my clients is to help them learn healthy habits that they can continue throughout their life so that they can not only get to their goal weight or size or shape or whatever it is, but so that they can feel good and stay that way for the long term, because they will have the tools and the knowledge that they need to make healthy choices for the rest of their lives. And it's such an amazing thing to be a part of. I came into this almost 4 years ago when I was desperate to find a way to lose all the baby weight. I'm a mom of 4 kids and I'm lazy. I will straight up admit it. I was lazy. I spent a lot of time in front of the TV or reading or on the computer and not very active at all. And with 4 pregnancies, I never wanted to do anything to lose weight in between babies because I was just going to have more babies. You know, I didn't want to go through all that work just to have to do it again. I was lazy. So after baby number 4, I had a lot of extra weight and it was uncomfortable and I didn't feel good inside or outside. I did not feel good about myself. I had a very low negative self-image. I did not believe that I could change. I didn't believe that I could stick with anything. I really was struggling, and it took me a year and a half after my youngest was born before I finally decided to reach out to my now coach and ask what she was doing. I fell head over heels in love with it. The biggest aspect that just pulled me right in was the community. When I signed up with her, I got my products, I got my workout program, I got my superfood shakes, and I got my nutrition guide. But she also added me to an online group with other women who were doing the same thing as me. They were doing similar workout programs, they were trying to learn how to eat right, they were trying to overcome bad habits of a lifetime, and you know, the emotional eating tendencies and the cultural, you know, we can't celebrate anything without food in our culture, and it's really hard to stay strong when you feel like you're shunning a family party or some other type of get-together if you don't enjoy the food, you know. So we were all going through those struggles together, and that support and just that overall feeling of community and the positive vibes that came out of that group, I needed that in my life, and I didn't even know it. And as soon as I allowed myself to participate in that, I became a lifer. I needed that in my life, and I didn't want to lose it. At the time that I started, I was a full-time photographer, and it was in the fall. I started in October of 2013, working on my own journey, And if you know anything at all about photography, you know that fall is an outrageously busy time for photographers. Families want pictures with the fall colors. Seniors are needing their pictures for the yearbook. It is just bananas in the fall. And I was so busy and overwhelmed. It was crazy. But I managed to kind of slowly start to change my habits. I will not lie and tell you that I was amazing, because I wasn't. I skipped a lot of workouts. I would start a workout and shut it off when it got hard. You know, I really struggled at first, and but even with those struggles, I still felt better. I could still feel the changes coming. The shakes were absolutely saving me from my sweet tooth, which is a big ugly green monster in my life. And when I had those shakes, I came to realize that my cravings were lessened, and that was a big deal for me. And I enjoyed the heck out of them. I had chocolate at the time, so being able to have a big old chocolate milkshake and call it like my vitamin, that was awesome. I'm not gonna lie, that was super fun. So I knew that I wanted to continue drinking those shakes, but because they are high quality, they're all natural, there's no artificial flavorings or sweeteners, nothing extra added. It is whole foods, tons of vitamins and minerals, very high quality, so the price matches that. Just a minute, bud. Just a minute. I will bring it in with me. Okay. It was close to no interruptions. So the price was really hard to justify, but I had promised myself, my workout program was a 60-day program, and I'd promised myself I was going to drink those shakes for the full 60 days. Now, let me just insert here that I was totally skeptical, and I had promised to go all in for 60 days so that I could prove it didn't work. So toward the end of that first month, my coach reached out and she said, "Hey, what do you think? Why don't you sign up and do what I do, become a coach, get a discount on your shakes, and help other people?" And I was like, am I too busy for that? But that discount sounds pretty cool. I mentioned it to my husband, and he was like, heck to the no. You are a crazy woman right now, and if you add one more thing to your plate, it's going to get ugly. But I was like, well, I'm getting the shakes anyway for at least one more month. So I'm just going to sign up and not tell Brett. Because it's really just like, I'm just doing it for the discounts, like a coupon, you know, not a big deal, right? So I went ahead and signed up to be a coach at the end of October in 2013, and I got my next bag of Shakeology with the 25% discount, and I just kind of continued on kind of taking care of myself. After a couple of months, a new program was released, and it was P90X3 with Tony Horton. Now, Brett had been doing P90X back when I was still pregnant, and I loved that program. I wanted to do it so badly, but it's long workouts. It's pretty intense, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't stick out those long workouts. Well, this new program was a similar style workout condensed into 30 minutes instead of an hour, and I was like, oh, this sounds like my jam. I was so excited to be able to do a Tony Horton workout that was more at my level. So I was like, it was almost Christmas time, and I had decided to take the whole month of December off from photography because I was so burned out, and I wanted to just be with my family and enjoy the holidays. But then at the same time, money was tight because I didn't have the extra income coming in, and it's Christmas, we're trying to pay for presents for our kids. So I was like, well, maybe I could sell some of these. Oh, so icky. Maybe I could sell some of these, make some extra money for Christmas. So I started spamming Facebook with this new program. It's so embarrassing to look back at it now, but I was spamming Facebook with, you know, stock images of this new program. But I legitimately was very excited about the program. And I think that must have come through at least a little bit, because I had a good friend message me, and she was like, I want to do that program with you, so how do I do it? And I'm like, I don't know how you get it. So I had to call my coach and be like, how does she order from me? So I helped her get her order in, got it coming, it was shipped, and all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, I am her coach. Like, I'm her coach. Crap. And I realized I really wanted this to work for her. I wanted to be right. I didn't want to feel bad that I had recommended a program that didn't work for her. But I just love this girl to pieces, and I really wanted it to work for her so bad. And I came to a point where I realized I had to do my stuff in order to lead her to doing her stuff. Like, I couldn't skip a workout and then be like, oh girl, you need to get your workout in. I couldn't do that. I could not coach her if I wasn't willing to be coached. So I started being more consistent. I started doing my workouts and drinking my shakes every day and cleaning up my nutrition. And as soon as I would do those things, I would message her and check in with her and see how she was doing. And that was really the first step for me toward being more consistent in my own journey. It made a tremendous difference for me. And once the holidays were over, it was January, and my coach said, hey, I've got this new group going. It's just a new coach training where we teach you how the business side of this works. Why don't you just jump in and check it out? And my month off from photography had left me with 0 clients. It was winter in Idaho. It's freezing outside, and I really didn't have any work coming in, and I was going stark raving mad. I am not a good stay-at-home mom unless I have something for me, and at that moment I had nothing. So when she invited me into her training, I said, okay, let's just check it out. And I was head over heels within the first week. I loved the team culture. I loved the things that they were teaching me about how we don't sell. That spammy crap I was doing, that's not good. And they taught me how to just share what I was doing authentically and to build relationships with people and get to know them and get to know their goals and see if there was a way that I could help them, and just kind of lead from the front. And the things I was learning just really struck a chord in me and made me think, okay, this isn't quite so icky, and like, I think I could do this. So I jumped in and I just said, okay, I'm going for it. And the funny thing is, my business kind of took off. Like, I had a lot of interest really quick, and a lot of people joining my team, and it just kind of exploded. And all of a sudden I started getting paychecks. And my husband was like, where is this money coming from? What is going on? And I had to tell him. He wasn't very happy with me because I was still pretty busy, but I persevered. And, I just kept going from there, and it was not very long before I realized that this was something that I had desperately needed in my life. And I was a lifer. I knew without a shadow of a doubt that I was going nowhere, that this was a part of my life. And I started to reevaluate things because I couldn't continue to do coaching and photography. It was taking too much time away from my family. In my photography career, I had really started to focus on making moms feel more comfortable in their photo sessions. Moms are so self-conscious about their bodies and their looks, and they would just come through in their photos. They were uncomfortable. They didn't want to be seen. They wanted me to stick them back in the very back of the family so we could only see this, and if I didn't, then they hated their pictures. If mom didn't like the way she looked, if she was self-conscious, she hated the pictures. It could be the most stunning family photo ever, and she would hate it because she's so self-conscious about her image. And I really struggled with that. So I began to study techniques to help me learn to pose curvy women in such a way that made them look more slim instead of exaggerating their shape. And it worked really well. I mean, there's some amazing techniques, some great things you can do with posing to make curvy women look beautiful like they do in real life, but pictures tend to, distort things a little bit, and you have to learn how to position them properly. And I was really enjoying that. I was enjoying being able to show these women images that made their eyes get big, and they were like, whoa, I am kind of pretty. Nobody ever says, wow, I'm hot. But, you could start to see them maybe accept a little bit that they were worthy. And I realized that what I was doing with coaching was the next level, because I was able to help those same women to lose weight and gain confidence, because we work on mindset, we work on our self-love and our self-image, and I was able to help them become confident in their bodies and their lives. And that to me had so much more value than, you know, fudging a picture a little bit. So I went full bore on coaching. I started to phase out of photography, and within that first year I had replaced my photography income with my coaching income, and I was able to walk away completely from photography. And it was incredible to be able to truly be home with my kids. I didn't have to take them to daycare anymore so that I could go do sessions all week, and I wasn't stuck at the computer editing sessions for hours and hours and hours and hours. My coaching business can be done in an hour a day. You know, I can do it when kids are napping, when they were still asleep in the morning. As they got older, I do it when they're at school. And, you know, now as my business has grown, I spend more time on it. I do. I spend about 4 hours a day now, but I have a much larger business. And my kids are older now. And, you know, right now it's summer and it's crazy, but when they're in school, I get my business done while they're in school. So when they're done, I can be mom. And if I get that phone call, Mom, I don't feel good, or, you know, Mom, I forgot my lunch, or whatever it is, I'm here and I'm available for them. And in the meantime, our family finances are so much better off than they ever were before. I've been able to take my husband on international vacations. We've traveled, something we always wanted to do together and never could afford, ever. Like even a hotel stay in the next city was out of the budget. And we have now been on a cruise to 2 different countries, and we've been to a resort in the Dominican Republic, and we've been able to take our kids on some vacations that I've been able to pay for out of our business income, and so many ways that it has helped us. We've bought groceries with the business income. We have paid bills. We have done so many things when things get tight, you know, Christmas or school supplies. Those times when you're like, we just don't have enough extra for these extra things that come up, we have that now. And I have the capability to help us have a more comfortable lifestyle without ever leaving my kids. And I don't have to be outside of the home, and I don't have to irritate people with shoving product in their face. I don't have to go into people's homes and do home parties. I don't do any of that. I just share on social media what I am doing, and then I invite others to do it. And I'm able to encourage those women who join me in their own goals, and I'm able to celebrate with them for every pound lost, for every aha moment that they have where they realize how special they really are. And I'm able to help them start a business that will bless their family, that will help them to go on vacations or to pay a bill that was in arrears, or so many incredible blessings that come from this business. And it's different for everyone, but I get to be there to watch it happen, and I get to be there to mentor them as they grow. And it has absolutely become one of the greatest blessings in my life. That's my story in kind of a big nutshell. I talk too much. I'm sorry, ran a little long. But that's where this all started, and that's what I do. I just work every day to be my healthiest, fittest self with as much confidence and determination as I can muster. And then I teach other women to do the same thing. And that's all it is. And it's amazing the way that this has blessed my life and my family's life. If this is something that you've kind of got that niggling thought in your head, like, that sounds interesting, maybe I could do that. Or if you're like, yeah, I think I could rock this, but you're afraid to say it out loud, just try it. Just give it a try. It is the most incredible blessing. It does not play favorites. This business opportunity does not play favorites. Anyone who is willing to work hard and show up consistently every day can be so tremendously successful in this business. If it's not for you, that's okay. It's not for everybody. That's awesome that you just checked it out and you know what you want. That's amazing. But if you're not sure, and if part of you is saying maybe, I would encourage you to give this a try. And the worst thing that could happen is you could decide the business isn't for you, but you walk away healthier and fitter than you were before. I don't see that as a bad thing. If you have any questions, please message me. Shoot me a message right now. Let me know you're through this crazy video with this girl that talks too much. And let me know what questions you have. Let's talk about this, okay? Whatever your concerns are, whatever your hopes are, whatever your goals are that you think, I wonder if this could be the avenue to take me to that goal, share it with me and let's see if we can work through those questions and get you to a place where you feel comfortable to just try. I hope to hear from you really soon. I hope that you will share whatever questions you have. I am an open book, and I really hope that I'm going to be able to welcome you into our tribe soon. I'll talk to you later.